Welcome back to my workshop. I know that it's been a while since I've last uploaded, and I'm sure you're wondering where I've been. So last video I uploaded was back in May, right before my kid's birthday, my birthday, summer vacation, the kids are off of school, so it's a pretty busy time. Now, that being said, there's been stuff that I've done to the workshop and improvements I've made that I think will make it easier to make videos in the future now that I'm almost done what I've been doing. So why don't I show you what I've been doing this summer? So first of all, we've got this new table for the forge. It's makes it a lot easier for me to move everything around and actually get work done on it, because I can move it out of the way when I need to. I can bring it out, bring it away from the wall. I'm no longer limited to using that giant table that I was using before. Next, I've moved some more things around, but I've also had a fun time cutting this table down. Now, you can see right here is half of the table that I've destroyed, and I just cut it in half here. I'm still not completely done it. And it should actually put myself in frame, but you know what? I don't care at this point. I'm not completely done. There's still some work I need to do. I need to get rid of all of the rust that I've got on here. I need to actually, organize things a little bit better. But for now, this is what I've got done. I'm going to get some more work. I put some shelves up for the wood that I used to have just piled off in that corner, so it's not just everywhere. Basically, what I've been doing this summer is organizing and making my space work better. This saw right here just used to be on that little workbench. Didn't work very well. I never had space to actually lay out pieces of wood. So now that I've actually got a full length bench, I can lay down an entire piece of wood. Don't need to worry about clamping it in place or anything. It looks a little janky. Let's be honest, it is janky. But that's what I'm going for now. So it's fine. I've also got a router table for a table router that I got. Bosch router. So this as well, helping me work with a lot more stuff. Just makes it easier to do all the stuff I've been doing. Got more shelves up against the top of the workbenches. I still need to organize all of this. I've also got a very fun little etching machine here. So it's just a convertible power source. And basically what you do, you use salt water, positive and negative terminals, one connected to this, the other one connected to the blade, and you can etch a symbol or maker's mark into the blade, which will be what I'll be doing with these two once I'm finished them. So again, more knives that I've been working on. I'm not completely finished yet, but that'll be the next thing I work on in the next video that I upload. Will be finishing these two knives. I've also built this giant workbench for my wife, so she has a ton of space to do all of her crafts, everything she wants to do, all of her soap. More shelves in the back where my printers are. It's really just been organizing and creating stuff this summer so that I can actually have a nice space to work. There's no excuses. I could have uploaded myself doing like any of these things. I could have, filmed it, but I didn't want to, to be quite honest. But that brings up the next thing that I want to talk about. So what are my next steps for making sure I can put some content, some videos out consistently? And I've come up with a plan that I should be able to maintain pretty easily. Before, when I was doing it, I was just kind of doing it willy-nilly, only filming when I had a project in mind. I thought that was the best way to go about it, was to just have a specific project, a specific video idea, and go from there. When really I could just be filming myself learning how to do stuff, learning how to build that table for my saw, how to build the workbench for my wife, cutting apart the steel table that I'm going to be using as a welding station. Like, I could have filmed all of that and demonstrated and showed off, you know, my learning experience and what I learned from doing all those things. So that's what I'm going to start doing more of from now on. I have a plan to just film, upload once a month. I'm not going to push myself to more than that. If I can do more than once a month, perfectly fine, but I'm going to go for once a month. I still work full-time. I have 2 kids. I want to spend time with my family. I can basically only film this stuff when I have an evening shift. My kids are at school, my wife's working, and there's nothing else to do. So I can come out here in my workshop and work on stuff. So that's what I'm going to be doing from now on, is just trying to stay consistent with that once a month thing. I might put out some shorter videos here and there, like 3-4 minutes long, just of, you know, something that I thought was cool, something that I learned, a project I experimented on. I think that might be fun, but the longer ones of me actually doing a project start to finish, I'm going to try to keep to once a month and stick to that. So probably the next video that I'm going to do, the actual first video that I'm going to be putting up, will be on the 1st of November. I'm going to try to have it out on the 1st of every month. So the first video I'll do is myself just cleaning everything up, getting rid of stuff, so that I can have a workspace that isn't cluttered and full of fire hazards when I'm working with 1200 degree metal. And other than that, we will see. I've got some ideas for projects in mind. You can see right behind me, I've got a bow that I started. I have never finished it. It's in a very unfinished state, so maybe that'll be what I do next. I'm not sure. I'm going to be getting a CNC machine in the next couple of months or so, and that'll help me being able to actually make some of those cool parts out of metal that I can't forge by hand. I think that's going to be awesome. Is I'm putting a little bit more planning into how I'm going to film in here, because this is a workshop. It's not a studio. So the audio isn't great. I understand. I've got a shotgun mic on the top of my camera, but that's it. There's no, you know, sound deadening stuff here, right? Like, there's no acoustic panels in my workshop. There's nothing like that. So I need to get myself a lapel mic, a better mic, so that I can talk and have better audio that you guys can hear. So that's going to be the short-term plans and the long-term plans for this channel going forwards. We'll go from there. And so, you know, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's still here, you know, who's still willing to follow me on this journey of learning how to do new things that I've never done before. And, you know, it just means the world to me that even one person watches these videos, right? I'm not doing this to make money. I'm not doing this to become famous. I'm doing it in the hopes that somebody sees what I do and learns from my mistakes without needing to make them themselves. That's what I'm here for, is to make mistakes so that other people don't have to. So that's all I've got for today. I'll see you in about a week. Hopefully get the video out for the 1st of November. And, you know, I've got really nothing else to say. So thank you for staying tuned, and I'll see you next time in the workshop.